What's the silliest thing you've ever done, Sean?
Yeah.
The silliest thing I've ever done was, I was just talking to someone about this recently. I bought a paper Minion. Are you familiar with the cartoons, the Minions?
I love the Minions.
Yeah, the Chris Meledandri creations.
I love the Minions.
Yeah, Minions rule. They're hilarious.
My wife and I were on a vacation, and we were in a beautiful church. And it was such a beautiful church that we were in tears when we walked out of it. And directly outside the church, there was a man selling paper Minions. And the special thing about these Minions was they were like 3 inches tall.
Uh-huh.
And they had little
3 inches tall?
Yeah, like
a Christmas decoration.
How would you even see a paper 3-inch Minion across the street from?
No,
through your teary eyes.
He got our attention. He was like, "Hey,
Want to see a Minion?
Hey, don't cry over there."
Banana. He was like, "Banana, banana." No, so he got our attention. Then he pulled out this paper Minion that had little strings hanging from the bottom of it, and then paper feet. And he stood it on the sidewalk, and he had a boombox, and he started playing music, and this paper Minion just started magically dancing to the music.
This rules.
And we lost our minds. We were like giggling hysterically. We felt so much joy. We honestly felt like children, and we were like, "This is incredible. How is this happening?" And he said, "Oh, well, there's like these circuits and wires in it." And
it's like, not sorcery.
Okay. I guess
this is a tech startup, and
this is a tech startup.
I'm looking for angel investors.
Yeah, on the steps of this church. And so it started dancing, and then we were like, "Oh, that's interesting. So how much is it? This is so cool and beautiful." And he was like, "Oh, this costs $20." And I was like, "Well, that seems like too much for what is clearly an illegally printed out copy of a Minion." So we got skeptical, and then right when we got skeptical, this other man like barged over, like really worried, and was like, "Hey, turn off the music. And then they got really scared, and they turned off the music, and they gathered all the little Minions. and they're like, "Oh, the police are coming."
The Minion cops.
Yeah, the Minion cops.
The Minion squad.
Oh, wait, I need to break here. I've seen the Minions. This is how much I love the Minions. I've gone to a Minions screening with my wife at a cinema at 11 a.m. at a screening that's just for moms and their children.
Oh, yeah.
And my favorite part in it was, I think this was like one of the more recent ones. There's like a police chase through the streets of London where the cops, the Billies, or no, are they called Billies? Yeah, the Billies are chasing
the Bobbies.
The Bobbies. Billy Bobby.
The clubs are the Billies.
Well, that's confusing.
That is confusing, yeah.
So the Bobbies are chasing the Minions through the streets in the cars, and during this chase scene, this kid just screams out in the middle of the movie theater, "Why are the cops chasing them? They're just being silly." So,
Your Honor, I was just being silly.
Yeah.
So, can we wrap this up?
So this guy selling the little Minions, he's like,
"Okay, good. We're gonna get closure on this."
Yes.
He packs them up, and they're like, "Oh, the cops are here, the cops." And then I didn't realize this at the time, but this was all an elaborate grift that I was in the midst of. And so when they said the cops were there and they packed everything up, my wife and I got so scared that we would never get a chance to buy these paper Minions for $20 a piece.
I'll sell you all of them for $200.
So we started to think of people we would like to give them to. And then we asked him after he came back, and he was like, okay, the police are gone. And we were like, we want to buy 3. And we bought 3 of them for
They're $30 now, by the way.
Yeah, the price has gone up.
For $60?
For $60. And then we, like, the next day we were like, hey, they came in a plastic package. And we opened it up. And I kind of knew the next day when I woke up, I was like, oh no, we got tricked. We got tricked out of $60.
It's such an unlikely grift that it would ever work.
And when you open it up, it's exactly what it looked like. It's just a paper minion with string feet and paper, or string legs and paper feet. Mm-hmm. And then there's a tiny little brochure with instructions in it, which is kind of the big FU that just explains how he tricked you. Which he says, it says, if you want to make your toy dance, all you need to do is get some fishing line and attach it from your elbow and dangle it down to the ground and hold the minion over the ground like a little puppet. So that's what he was doing. He just had his arms at his side, and then he would hit the boombox and he would just kind of move his elbow and make it dance. But I think it's kind of brilliant because they're clearly targeting people who are vulnerable after seeing this gorgeous church.
Yeah.
Also, the church is probably like, we let the people sell crosses out here, but this is a bridge too far, these minions.
But also, like, you can go back the next day and be like, hey, can I get money? I didn't open 2 of these. Can I get my money back?
I mean,
and then his friend comes over, the police.
You can go back, but honestly, we felt so stupid.
Yeah.
That we didn't feel like we just kind of respected his game, so to speak.
Yeah. Graham, do you remember when you and I went to New York, and New York is just like where you go to the tourist areas, it's just people trying to get your money one way or another.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether they're a Pikachu or selling something. But we walked out of the M&M store, and it was just like literally one step out of the M&M store, these dudes were just like, hey, we're collecting money for blah, blah, something. And Graham and I were like, well, certainly. I don't want to, we're so fortunate to be here.
Having been in the M&M store, really open up. We were crying in there.
Yeah.
And
it was a religious experience.
We're collecting money for children who have never tasted candy.
Yeah. No, well, by all means.
Yeah, that sounds like a worthwhile.
Is this enough? I don't know. I don't want to be rude.
Where was this? Where was this holiday?
This was in Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
Barcelona, which is which was the I forget the name of the church, but it's
Is it the big one?
Yeah, it's the big famous one.
The Temple Sagrada of Familia.
Yeah, wow, good. That's amazing, Dave. Yeah, it's that place.
Oh yeah, I know my Gaudi.
Yeah, that's the place where you go if you want to buy paper minions.
And it won't be, they're still building it. It won't be finished for 100 more years.
The minions are done, though. They're fully functional.
The minions are done. Yeah, you can have them.
Yeah, ready to go.
I love that he said like wires and electronics, like that he had no idea. Oh boy, that's a good silliest thing you've ever done.
And did you ever do that? Did you ever attach the fishing line to your elbow and do it?
Oh, I didn't, but I feel like maybe I should now.
Yeah. Did you ever give these to, who are the 2 friends you thought would want these?
Well, who are your top
thing.
Minion fans?
Here's the thing. When we made the list of people we would gift this to, we thought we were buying them the most magical toy in the world.
Yeah.
But actually, it was just a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So when we offered it to them, they were like, why would I want this?
Were these other adults you were going to give them to?
Yes. And one of them was a Simpson. We asked for, they also sold Simpsons versions. Same circuitry, different, different,
Sure.
different external appearance.
They reskin them, yeah.
Yeah, reskin them.